Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. Another win, a massive, massive win against the Baggies. You know, Derby Day, we've done it again. We've beat the Wolves at the Molineux. We've beat the Baggies at the Hawthorns. Absolutely demolished them both. Delighted to say Ryan's recovered from the 10K dash. He had to miss an episode. How are you?
Yes, back to full fitness now, mate. Back to full fitness and
And you're back
prime
on.
time Villa, isn't it? 7:15. It is prime time, mate. I love it. I love this kickoff.
I have had to have you on first because it's just prime time Villa. We turn up, the lights are on, the cameras are watching. Huge, huge win. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I thought it was just a complete dominant performance, start to finish. I think we would have dominated with 11 against 11, over 10 against 11, and far superior. I thought we nullified the new manager bench straight away. Al Ghazi with that opener, nipped it in the bud. Yeah, it's just a very pleasing, controlled performance. I think what's most pleasing is we've learned how to handle playing against 10 men. Sheffield United and West Brom tonight, we just know to manage the game now when we're facing opposition that go down to 10. And I thought Al Ghazi and Traore, full of confidence, mate. There was a joy to watch them two today. The only slight negative, probably a bit of a frustrating night for Watkins. Thought maybe, he's just not running for him at the minute. You know, he's getting himself into the right positions. He's working hard. He's just not coming off. He's on the wrong side of VAR decisions. And apart from that, overall, mate, it was a brilliant performance.
It's absolutely unreal. And I think, you know, there's been a lot of negative Villa fans saying we need wingers. But, mate, we've got two here now that are banging form, full of confidence. And El Ghazi looks a different player now. Tonight he was absolutely brilliant. He's popping off shots left, right, centre. His movement's great. His link up with Jackson real. We've got Traore on the other side now, cutting inside. He's starting to show a lot of promise and looking like a real player. And like you say, I was really confident before the game. And I just felt like we just dominated that game. And like you say, we was going to dominate with 11 players, or he was going to dominate playing against 10. Pleasing to see that we took the early goal as well. Obviously, we needed that one after what happened against Burnley. But yes, to run through the team, who stood out for you? What did you like watching today?
Well, I thought, to be fair, most players had a really good game. Obviously, the standouts are Al Ghazi and Traore. Traore, he's sort of got a bit of Ashley Young about him. The way he sort of like hovers the ball to the left, and then all of a sudden he'll just explode into life, and he suckers them in, and the finish. I think you put on Twitter, didn't it, like filth, and it was like just reminded me of Home Alone, like you filthy animal. It's
just like
it was just
what a finish though. Yeah. He's just like rolled it in, like no effort, just like.
His all-round game, his control of the ball and his deliveries, and now he's getting up to speed. I think you said it a couple of pods ago about learning from Trezeguet, how it took him time to adapt. And even though Traore's played in the Premier League before, it's not a great. He didn't play a great deal. So he looked bang up to speed tonight. And Al Ghazi again, it was like the Al Ghazi we had in our Championship running. Back to his confident best, to be honest, right?
And I think, we've said it again, and we've said about the coaching setup, developing our players and making our players better. Now, it's great that obviously Al Ghazi scored the pen against Wolves, but it's the coaching of these players. They're all coming in and they're all just doing a job when it's asked of them to do so. Like last season, Courtney Howe's I had to watch from behind the sofa at times, but now he looks a completely different player. Do you know what I mean? He's coming and he's dominating that back line with Mings. And it's as if we don't miss Konsa. I know, obviously, we want Konsa back in that team, but he just looks assured, calm. And again, Luis today played absolutely brilliant. Boss midfield. He's incredible. He needs to be signed up permanently. We need to somehow get that deal done because he's the future of that midfield for me. He's just a quality player.
Yeah, he just goes about his business quietly as well, doesn't he? just real classy player. And it just take you back to when we last played West Brom in the league. It was we lost 2-0 at home in the league game before the playoff semi-final. And I was thinking about that while I was watching the game. I thought the difference in the quality of our team compared to West Brom. Now, we looked doomed for mid-table while they were second or first in the league. So just a brilliant turnaround. And going back to what you said about players coming in, I think everyone's itching to get into this team now, aren't they? So when they get the chance, they're bang up for it. And even though at the minute we cannot really impact a game from the bench, our bench, it ain't great for impacting the game and changing the game. But what we have got is, I think we can handle 2 or 3 players out, definitely a couple of players out. We've seen in midweek that Almo come in for cash for a game, and nothing changes. Everyone positionally knows what the task is and their role in the side. And even the Canberra coming in for Louise, we can handle it for a game or so. So come January, we can get a couple of players that can make an impact. It's looking good for us, mate. It's looking great.
I mean, as it said, I don't even think we need a bench anymore because the first team's just running right for 90 minutes. So who cares, mate?
Yeah, you're right, mate. You're right.
January, we'll just keep this team and just run riot. But yeah, looking at the league table now, I mean, how good does that look? What are we on? 22 points, right? So let's put this into perspective. 22 points. When we came back from lockdown, we got 27.
Gosh.
Do you know, it's
crazy. It's unbelievable the start we've had.
We were scratching around for the last 10 games. We'd got 27 points. And now we're on 22. 2 games in hand. Game in hand against someone like Chelsea. You're just doing so well. Do you know what now? I can't wait for the next game.
No, it's great to be a Villa fan, to be fair. I'm thinking, it's been probably now a good 6 years without either us being in the Championship or the threat of it hanging over us. Now, for the first time since then, it's great just to look forward to the next game and be optimistic that we're gonna win. You know what I mean? We've got next Palace. And then it's quite in the media of us how well we're actually doing, because we have got them 2. We are 2 games behind everyone. Yet what are we, 8th?
Yeah,
with the potential to go up to 3rd if we win our games in hand. It's it's just been superb start to the season.
I'll tell you what's going to be good though. Boxing Day, feet up, flight of turkey sandwiches.
See, yeah.
Watching Villa, prime time, BBC One now.
Great, mate, great.
Do them over, climb that table.
It's looking good, mate. It's looking good. Definitely. Good way to sign off for Christmas, 100%.
Can't wait for it. Anyway, mate, thank you for coming on.
Nice one, mate. Up the Villa.
So I'm delighted the next caller on tonight is Justin. How are you?
Ain't nobody like El Ghazi. I think he deserves another call, that one, doesn't it? After another great evening for the lad.
I'm so happy for him. I think, you can really see now what that goal against Wolves did for his confidence, because he's driving at the defence, popping off shots. He looks a different player. He looks a complete different player in the space of 3 games, and I think it's absolutely amazing. What did you make of today then?
Great, yeah. I mean, Albion are a poor side. Let's not beat around the bush here. We can't pretend, it's a derby, so there's always that worry, but they are a poor side. I mean, the 10 men obviously went in our favour. Weirdly, I thought House was a bit lucky with his yellow. I think that could have easily been. I think if you're on the other side of that, you're thinking, what's the difference between the 2? So we might have got away with a little one there. But overall, utterly dominated the game. We dominated the game before the red card, and we just dominated it even more just after it, really. And Sam Allardyce doing, he didn't have much choice, I suppose. He just tried to keep it at 1-0. You could see exactly what he was trying to do. Keep it at 1-0 to the last 10, 15 minutes, chuck a couple on, go through it at the back, and hope they might get something from a set piece, which, could have happened, but it never really looked like happening, did it, all night. And eventually, with the extra space, we opened them up and buried them. Great performance. I'm so pleased for Traore and El Ghazi. These are lads that have had a little bit of stick this season. I think Traore very ridiculously to even start questioning the lad yet. I mean, he has hardly played for us. He's still settling in. Players are getting used to him. He's getting used to us. I think we saw a totally different side to him tonight, running at people, great on the ball. The goal's sublime, bit of skill. You know, took it so early, so calm. It just shows you don't always have to blast it, do you, to score goals. And our guys, he looks a different, just different player, doesn't he? You know, what confidence does to a player? You know, for me, he's always had the ability. I've never really questioned his ability. I think what has been his biggest bugbear with a lot of Villa fans is his application. He doesn't, and he hasn't in the past really looked that committed. And he's had times where he's sort of looked like he's going to throw the towel in. But, you know, at the moment, I think he looks, like we said the other day when he scored after the Wolves game and even after the Burnley game when he played really well, just couldn't score. He looks a different player now, and he looks like he wants to grasp this opportunity and show Smith and us fans and everybody else that he's more than capable of being a really, really important player for us. And I think that showed tonight.
I think it's brilliant. You know what we've been doing coaching wise, and what he's been putting in a shift in training as well. And he's starting to show signs now of the player that we knew he could be in the Championship, and he's really stepped it up. I think the first goal was brilliant. The cross from Traoré, picked out the opposite wing on the other side, silky finish. And it just set the tone for the game, didn't it? We absolutely dominated that ball. And it's so nice to see us playing with the ball as well. You know, we're not just a counter-attacking team. We're actually dominating possession as well in a lot of the games that we're playing now. And I think when I start looking at Jack as well now, it's like it's not the Jack show anymore. And we're not looking for him every 5 minutes. The Traoré is picking it up. El Ghazi's getting it. You know, Douglas Luiz is breaking through from midfield, and he's meant to be our deepest midfielder. I think the whole team is just so good. The movement, you know, we're not static anymore, and I think that's so pleasing to see. I mean, I had the commentary with Glenn Hoddle on, and he's like in awe of like what we're doing. And I've never watched Villa and commentators are saying how good we are and we're a joy to watch. And I think we are actually like a joy to watch at the minute. I think we do have a odd game where, you know, we put in a bit of a stinker every now and again. But what's not to love about this team at the minute?
No, it's fabulous, isn't it? I mean, from what we've come from to where we're going, you know, we're on an amazing journey. I mean, going back to the Grealish thing, it's like, you know, Villa, the players are the orchestra and he's the conductor, isn't it? Wherever he is, he's just conducting everyone around him. And now players are beginning to slowly get up to his level and they know exactly what he's doing and where he's going. That can really be themselves and they can really be, you know, extravagant and they can really, you know, try that little flick and try that little pass. You know, McGinn looks back to his best. Douglas Luiz was outstanding tonight, you know, rarely gives the ball away. Great in possession, reads the game so well. House was slotted in there like, you know, I mean, Constance has been brilliant for us. You know, everybody's raved about Constance, and rightly so. But House has stepped in, and you haven't noticed Constance hasn't played, which is the biggest thing you can say about House. You know, Target stepped his game up. Matty Cash is great. The keeper, you know, every single one of them. We've said it all along. We've I'm not saying somehow because it's, you know, that we're trying to get somewhere and we, you know, there is a lot of thinking going on behind the scenes, but somehow we have gelled a team which is looking unbelievable, and I'm so can't wait. I can't wait for every game. I'm sitting there like you, watching the games, thinking I'm watching Villa just dominate everyone. I mean, barring what Southampton in the first half, we've more or less dominated every team we've played this season. You know, I'm beginning to think, where the hell's this season going to end now? Because we're just a very, very, very good side. I felt a little bit for Watkins tonight again. I think he's probably the only one out of the 11 that he's just struggling a little bit for confidence, I think. He just needed that goal. Such a shame that one was ruled out tonight. I think that would have done him the world of good, like the El Ghazi pen did 2 games ago. He just needs that little bit of luck and something probably just to go his way again. He's trying his hardest. He's running his balls off, you know. He's got everything. He just needs that goal to get him going again, and it'll happen. It'll come. So, you know, it's not a massive real concern at the moment, but brilliant. It's just fantastic. Just, you know, happy Christmas.
It's so nice now to go into Christmas knowing we've done the Wolves over at the Molineux. We've done the Baggies over. at the Hawthorns. We're sitting tidy in the league. We got games in hand. You know, we could be even higher. And I think it's so great now, you know, looking forward to our next games. Can't wait for it. Live on the BBC.
Fantastic.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we've got some nice games coming up, haven't we? I mean, and just after the next couple of league games, we've got an FA Cup game to look forward to against Liverpool with nothing to lose. You know, why not go at them? You know, we've done them once this season comfortably. I don't think, barring they played well yesterday, but what we got to be scared of? We're a team that can compete with anyone there. So bring it on, bring them all on, all on. Absolutely.
Thanks, Justin.
See you later, lads. Happy Christmas, everyone, and see you all soon. Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. Seb, you must be absolutely buzzing.
Wow, I love playing on a Sunday evening. Don't we all?
We don't lose, do we?
Unbeaten.
We don't lose. Literally, we don't lose. It's just made for us. So you must be buzzing. We've beat the Wolves. We've beat the Baggies. Sitting tidy in the league now. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. What a result. I think our quality shone through tonight.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, we battered them. Absolutely battered them. At 1-0, 80 minutes on the clock, at 1-0, I was starting to think, right, okay, sit up, concentrate here, because it's starting to get nervy now. Big Sam knows what he's doing. He's going to put more attackers forward. But actually, he got it wrong tonight, and that allowed us to glide in, get the extra 2 goals, and end up winning the game. Big Sam got it wrong, and it cost them tonight. But who cares? We got the 3 points. We sat 9th in the league. Who cares? I saw a stat earlier that said we've kept 7 clean sheets this season before Christmas. We had 4 goalkeepers play for us last season. It took them the whole season to get 7 clean sheets. I think that's just a little show of how much progress we've got tonight. But I mean, it wasn't difficult for Martinez. I mean, he couldn't have had an easier game, really. I think West Brom had a goal percentage of 0.02, which is the lowest in the Prem this season, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously, Big Sam with his first game, smashing it so far. The Wolves fan doing wonders down at the Hawthorns. It's just lovely to see them crumble, really. And I'm sure they'd be saying the same if it were us in that position. They were abysmal. You know, they started with 1 attacker up front and 9 men behind the ball, and that didn't work. And it took them 80 minutes to realise that wasn't working. They changed it up, put 4 up front, it seemed. I think they had 5, 6 up front at one point, with Ivanovic playing on the wing. I mean, that's never going to work, is it? It doesn't. I don't need to be paid 30 grand a week to know that that's not going to work. And it let us in. Traore with his first goal for the club in the Premier League, a really coolly taken finish. It was spoiled a bit though, because I was a bit behind at the time. So you 3 were all celebrating in the group chat, and I was going, hold on, what's going on? It's still 1-0 here. But yeah, I'm delighted to get the win.
Yeah, it's just massive that we played well today. You know, we put in another dominant performance. The finishing was brilliant today, unlike the other night. It's just really pleasing to keep seeing us put in these really dominant performances. You know, we were virtually back to full strength again today. I thought Courtney House has settled in amazingly well. He's always been one that I've always felt a little bit nervy with him at the back, but I think he's playing really well for us. And I think, like the whole team, Martinez, another clean sheet, brick wall in goal. Traore looked really good tonight. I loved it when he kept cutting through. That was great to see. El Ghazi, different player, absolute different player.
Yeah, you could go through the whole team and make exceptions for everyone. But like you said, with Traore cutting in, that's the whole good thing about playing inverted wingers, because it gives the fullback a second option. It gives them something else to think about, especially Traore and Matty Cash. They worked brilliantly down that wing tonight.
The right side looks really strong now, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's something we lacked against Burnley. It almost took away that attacking threat, because you could see Bertrand Traore is so confident on his left foot. He'll look to cut in every time. Reminded me a bit of Snodgrass, actually, always looking to get in on that stronger foot and whip it in. But with Cash there, it gives them the option to play the overlap if he's caught out. Whereas we missed that with Elmo on Thursday night. So that was good. That really helped us going forward. Courtney House slotted in brilliantly. And it's really good because he gives Smith a choice now. If and when Conser's fit, does he get straight back in that team? I'm not too sure, because Conser came in and made that role his own. Bearing in mind he didn't have much to deal with tonight, but he looked at home tonight. And I could say the same for Douglas Luiz as well, because he just sits in front of that defence, doesn't he? He just makes it look easy. He mops up. He does the dirty work, and he does it really well. And I was really impressed with how he got forward tonight.
Yeah,
because he showed some real glimpses of quality when he got forward. And the last point I'm going to make about us tonight is I'd like to say about Jack Grealish. Once again, it's almost like he mentored our two wingers tonight. He was playing in that number 10 role, which I think it suits him better, because he had Traore and El Ghazi off him, who have previously been lacking in confidence, I'd say. But it's almost like he took them under his wing and he said, watch me, this is how I do it. And they just played off him. And the three of them across the line were unplayable tonight. Every single one of them put in a contender for a man of the match performance. El Ghazi, I mean, he should play at the Hawthorns every week, because he turns into Ronaldo there. Traore, that will do him the world of good. Same for Conser and House. Does Trezeguet get in ahead of the two wingers? Probably not, but that's good, because we've been lacking that squad depth. So to finally see some rotation players come in and make that role their own, it's exciting to see.
It's really good as well to have players in different positions fighting for that position. It's massive, because it makes
100%.
the player that's in the squad have to try even harder to keep that shirt. So I just think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm absolutely buzzing, and I just can't wait to watch us play again. So thanks, Seb.
Merry Christmas. See you Boxing Day.
Up the Villa.